Hi everyone, my name is Alex Fronk, and I wanted to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about myself so you know who I am and where I'm coming from as I instruct you in this course. Um, I kind of hopped around a lot in around the US as a kid with my family because my dad was in sales, but we settled in Toledo, Ohio for most of my childhood, like from third grade onward. Except for 1 year when I was in eighth grade, my family moved to Switzerland, which was really cool. I wish I was a little bit older to have appreciated it more. But since he was in sales for Owens, Illinois, the company he worked for, they were working on establishing a headquarters in Switzerland. So he was assisting with that. My background is in exercise, fitness, physical activity in general, sports. I played sports all through childhood. I just love to move around. I move around a lot when I'm talking, when I'm learning. Um, I played soccer most of my childhood, but then transitioned to volleyball really from seventh grade through 12th grade, and loved and thrived in volleyball. I was the libero, so that weird one wearing the opposite color jersey. That was me. I didn't realize it at the time, but I actually kind of loved conditioning. Now, not like all conditioning, but certain kinds of conditioning were really cool competitive outlets for me. And I participated in conditioning off season with like a third party that I really loved. I loved the individualization, the individual focus with my coach on me, my performance, my form. So I really should have known back then that that was going to shape my future career aspirations. I loved all of that stuff. And I loved helping my teammates get through conditioning as well. They didn't love it as much as I did, I don't think, but I think my support helped them endure it, maybe. Um, so fast forward to college. In undergrad, I earned my Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science Education from The Ohio State University in Columbus. After that, I moved back home to Toledo, Ohio, moved back into my parents' house to save money. So that was an adventure, but I wouldn't change it. It saved so much money. It was worth it. I was really fortunate to have that option available. And I was in Toledo because I was earning my Master of Public Health at the Northwest Ohio Consortium for Public Health. It's like a joint program between University of Toledo and Bowling Green State University. So I was actually a student of both universities, learned from both, professors on both campuses. It was really cool. So what funded my master's education was an assistantship or like a job during grad school that I got. So I was a graduate assistant in strength and conditioning for the University of Toledo Department of Athletics. And specifically what I was in charge of as a strength and conditioning coach was softball, women's golf, women's tennis, and cross country. However, I worked with the varsity collegiate athletes, for all of the Olympic sports. I helped out. So Olympic sports means sports that are football. So I really did help out with like all Olympic sport athletes at UT. So tons of variety, a lot of fun. I learned so much during that job, which I'll get to in a minute. So while I was in grad school, I also married my best friend, Jesse, who went to University of Toledo. So he's cool. I love him. And toward the end of like my grad school, we both discussed it and decided we wanted to move to Columbus. I especially missed Columbus from my undergrad years. I love the city. It's awesome. So we decided to do job hunting there. Okay. He found a job in Columbus. I was learning what kind of job I wanted to look for. I learned I love college age individuals. It's a really cool age group to work with. So much change is happening. So I would love to, I wanted to be an impact on that change. I knew I loved teaching, or I guess impacting an individual in their health, well-being, exercise, fitness, all of those realms. What I learned that I did not prefer was actually working within the collegiate strength and conditioning, or the collegiate athletics setting, I should say, which is good. It's a really good thing to get a job somewhere and learn, not for me, right? So working 2 years in that setting taught me that it's not that I hated it. It's just I knew I didn't want to do that for full-time work. So that is why I began looking into either recreational settings, such as like collegiate or city rec centers, rec fitness centers, or academia, higher education, academics. And so that's why I got super duper lucky to kind of stumble across a job posting for the Ohio State University at Mansfield campus. They were looking to hire a full-time kinesiology lecturer. I jumped on it. I got the job. I was ecstatic, and I still am. That changed my life, literally. So I began working for OSU Mansfield in August 2016 and have been working there full time since. I've also picked up supplemental teaching for other OSU campuses, starting with Marion. I also worked with Lima campus, and currently I teach supplementally for Columbus campus. So I'm all over the place with OSU, and I love it. It works well for me. I teach a variety of courses, strength training, circuit training, coaching the young athlete, cancer prevention, cardio training. I need to look at my list because I'm forgetting them. I teach a lot. There's a lot of classes, mostly with the sport, fitness, and health program, though coaching the young athlete is technically like the KNPE program. Reach out to me if you're interested in other courses that I teach in sport, fitness, health, or wherever, and I can guide you with that. Yeah, that's pretty much a whirlwind of where I came from and who I am. My certifications, in case you're like, who are you? What do you what you got? My certifications include CSCS through NSCA. So that's National Strength and Conditioning Association, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist. I'm also ACE certified, so American Council on Exercise. ACE is really cool. That's sort of where, like, NSCA was like my strength and conditioning, like collegiate kind of setting, except it's not exclusive to collegiate. But ACE was where I got more like holistic health, fitness sort of experience and credentials. So with ACE, I have my personal trainer certification as well as my group fitness instructor certification. And then finally, my master's specialization that I got during my master's program was in health promotion and education. So that is not only where I got that holistic health well-being lens, but it's also where I learned how much I love teaching, outreach, talking, presenting, that whole thing. So that is my background in that realm as well. So I am so excited to work with each of you. I want to get to know you. So, reach out to me if you want to ask questions, if you have any concerns, if you're like, I don't know about this, I'm not feeling so great. Or even if you're like, yeah, I'm fine, I just want to introduce myself. That'd be lovely. The best way to get a hold of me is Carmen Messages, because it automatically populates, like in your message that you send me, it populates the course name, the course number, and the section number. The section number is the number that's in like the parentheses. Everybody always forgets about it, but it drives me nuts because I actually teach some courses with multiple sections, such as cancer prevention. So if you email me, which you can do, Buckeye Mail is acceptable as well, I need you to at least put course name, course number, and then the section number in the subject line. my two sections of cancer prevention usually get about 50 students each. So I just don't want to be digging through the rosters. It's such a waste of time. And I want to get back to you as quickly as I can to be respectful of all of our time. So Carmen messages is best for that reason, but email, Buckeye Mail specifically is acceptable as well. My final note for you is if this is your first time taking an online course, welcome. I think it's an awesome opportunity for flexible learning on your time, mostly. It can also be scary and overwhelming because there is a certain degree of self-accountability and proactivity required of online learning. And so if this is your first online course, or if you know you struggle with that accountability factor required of online courses, please reach out to me now, okay? I wanna work with you. It won't take long, but we'll just set up like a real quick meeting or email to establish a game plan for your success so that we can maybe come up with a schedule. Like, okay, what are your time blocks during the week that you have so you can like work on reading and then homework and then studying, you know, instead of like winging it, because we all know what's going to happen when you wing it. You're never going to dedicate enough time to the course. And then you'll find out, unfortunately, when it's too late. So reach out to me now so we can be proactive about this. Yeah, I really think that's about it. Take a look at my office hours, which are listed in the syllabus. And I'm so excited to meet all of you and to work with you. Thank you so much for your time. Let's have a great course.